The fact that she hid her crime for hours, Kaylee can't be traumatized because she wasn't informed till hours after. I thought that was a remarkable, really probably pretty stomach-turning argument. How did you feel listening to it?
Yeah, it was disgusting. I also did think that was Diller's strongest moment. The other piece that he made clear is that, for better or for worse, over the previous 18 to 20 months, Karen had served as some form of maternal figure in that household. She knew full well what the kids had been through, losing both of their parents. So, that knowledge of, maybe fragility or having gone through such trauma prior to her murdering her uncle is an important facet where knowing this, she still woke her up, shook her awake, and said, he got hit by a plow, he's dead, maybe I hit him with my car. The defense assertion to me, again, is absurd. To me, again, public sentiment's one thing, but if the civil trial, which has the ability to get, more people to actually see the truth. I mean, you and I have talked about the many examples of innocence fraud in the past, and the fact that Amanda Knox is still perpetuating, and Adnan Syed, and all these other examples of things that have been produced as not not guilty doesn't mean innocent. That more people will finally be able to see the truth. Like, wait a minute, they missed that in the criminal trial, and they didn't know this, or didn't know this point. That knowledge of maybe fragility, or just that were really strong kind of underlined reiterations of things that had come up in the criminal trial that make absolutely no sense. And it starts with her waking up Kaylee.
Right, and I mean, these people aren't, it's not like I'm finding borderline cases. I mean, to me, these are pretty overwhelming. How did, microscopic pieces of Karen's taillight end up embedded in John O'Keefe's shirt? I mean, they've not been able to prove any kind of, and also, I mean, just the whole timeline with the car already on the way to the Sally Port when the CERT team's arriving and finding pieces of Karen's taillight. I
Yeah.
mean, there's no time to plant anything.
So then I'll tell you this too. So Hank Brennan wound up not using it. He went with Aperture's approach, which but following the first trial, to his credit, Adam Lally, there was there's a core of us that were at court quite a bit. 15 to 20 of us were in rotation, and mainly Johnny's family and 3 or 4 of his closest friends, and a couple of our buddies are actually lawyers, so they had even better perspective. But as we sat through and listened to every word of the trial after the first trial and the hung jury, Adam Lally had asked us, what do you guys have for us? Like, we're willing to listen. And I'm fairly vocal. I said, I'll go. I said, what he hadn't done in the first trial, which was I believe still the contention of the defense, which is that she cracked her taillight on Johnny's Traverse backing out in that infamous court TV ring video. Where she bumped the bumper. There was never, in the first trial, Trooper Paul was talking about the height of the bumpers. There was never pictures, videos. Like, can we get a picture and some video to show that that's not possible? And to Lally's credit, 2 days later, we did that. We brought Johnny's Traverse down to a state police barracks parking lot, and we recreated the Lexus backing out from both angles, frankly, because the right side of the tail light was gone at that point because they had taken it for evidence, to show. And we proved beyond a shadow of a doubt, as the bumpers are crunching into each other, you can hear on the video the bumpers crunching, there is a 2-inch gap between her tail light and Johnny's Traverse. It was physically impossible for that tail light to have ever made contact with his car. It was physically impossible for that taillight to have ever made contact with his car. But looking back at trial 2, they went with the Aperture version of that. And I think the Mass State Police had better video proving that there was absolutely zero chance that taillight was damaged in Johnny's driveway.